when you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000-6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid, yeah, that's right. And most of the people don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, you know, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
Do you want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah, return to the country.
What about you, Shah? Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
ما شاه میخوایم ما بیچاره این
کشتنش حلاله کجای قرآن گفته
47 years we've been bleeding in the dark, under the shadow of the Islamic regime, with a stone-cold heart. They silenced our voices, they turned off our light. 58 days without internet, but we still fought the night. Our children took the streets, they raised their empty hands, and the world looked away. Do you understand? Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? 42,000 lives, 2 days, that's all it took. Mothers and fathers and sons, did you even look? We stand with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, our hope and voice. Millions behind him marching, he is our only choice. He only fights for freedom, democracy and human rights. But you mock him in your chambers while he fights for our lives, to pull us out of this darkness, this century-long night, while you sign deals with our killers and call it diplomatic right. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? They hang 60, 40 souls one by one, hanged within 4 months by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? What happened to you, Europe? What made you so cold? What turned your heart to stone? while our story went untold. Is oil worth more than blood? Is silence worth shame? Because while you negotiate with murderers, we are dying, calling your name. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? We are still here. We are still strong. Do you know Europe? How much longer? How much longer? How long? Do you know Europe?
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region, and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته ایم قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه روبروم یه واژه یه هدف به نام انتقامه پشت سرم دعای مادر و تو دستم تفنگ بابامه رو زبونم اسم شاه بگین عشق بی انتهاست هر جا اسم ایران اومد اونجا صدای بچه رضاست فردا می نویسن تو کتاب قصه دیمار بگو با تیر جنگی کشتن بچه های بیگناه رو بگو از بخت مادرها شیر زنا و دخترامون بگو تنها شهید شدیم تا تنها نمونه شامون وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته ایم قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست
همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم بالاست و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه
سلام من به تو یار قدیمی منم همون هوادار قدیم
سید سلام چطوری مردک کلی کتلت شدین دایی بدون مدرک سلام بسیجی قهرمان رفتی پیش توسی با پنیر و یه نون سنگک سلام به محفل قرآنیتون سلام به مدیرای بحرانیتون سلام به حاجی اکبر و طوله هاش و خارج و رفقای ارگانیتون سلام به دزدای پول ملت که تش میفتین توی تور ملت سلام به همه شما کرکسایی که دارین نونتون رو میزنین تو خون ملت ساکتش زیر دست و پاک و تک بخورین حالا هی به یه بادکنک بدوین سلام آخر تو زندان باشه وقتی قرار به این آب خنک بخورین مکبر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا اینو بگذاریم به خاک میرسیم تجزیه طلبی که به خاک بیرسیم ایران مردمش وطن پرستن از کرد تا بلوچ بری به فاک میرسی توف به هر چی مرسی است توف به هر کی در پی تجزیه است توف به لوی و همونی که شیفته ی گل ملیگرا تو وطن خدا نستی هست سر کردستان همه برپا شدن بلوچستان فدای مهسا شدن شم واحد که شیر و خورشید ما بقی جعلی ها تنها شدن شادی باشه واسه همه در میهن کور بشه چه شهرچی اهریمن رخه رو بگی تا اون 6 کلاس سواد و خبرگان و مجد سری ترجیحن شبهای عروس و دامادی باشه برن سلامتی نوش کنن و آبادی باشه مقصد کجاست میدون شهیاده به سمت اتوبان آزادی باشه سلام به نسل ندید پدیدا نبودیم ندیدیم قدیم مدیما شاه بود تو شادی کل میزدین حالا شاه بر میگرده پیک میزنین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا
اگه به این خوشگلی با نوایده بود اسم یه مشخانه رو توش بیاریم ولی خب لازم بود دیگه فکر کنم با نوایده
Let's go. میخوام بگم از دلم، از عشق به این میهنم، به امید روز شکست دشمن شاه برمیگرده به وطن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو همشهری شاه رضا پهلوی. نظام رسیده پرتگاه، بلند بگو جاوید شاه. برگشت شاه به میهن، دوای درد وطن. این آخرین نبرده، پهلوی برمیگرده. داره میاد پهلوی، زجه بزن سید علی. راه نجات وطن، پهلوی هموطن. ایران میشه گلستان، شاه که بیاد به ایران. ایران که شاه نداره، حساب کتاب نداره. آخون باید گم بشه، توپ تانک فشفشه. گم شو بیرون اجنبی، داره میاد پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. ما شاه میخوایم نه ملا، بذار بشنوه دنیا. ایرانی داد بزن، شاه تو فریاد بزن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی. بلند بگو هموطن، شاه رضا پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه.
Look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free world. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area and the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
Well, Durud Patriots, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 181 of Iran Revolution Live. And I have some very interesting videos for you coming out of occupied Iran. I shared one of them last night during my documentary watch party, but I promised that I would share it again today. Guys, I'm just going to start off by bringing all of you some therapy, especially for our Iranian viewers. Guys, براتون کمی تراپی آوردم. So, let's get straight into this video, and then we're going to go to the breaking news.
Ya Hussein
There we go.
اصلا نمیشه باورم که دیگه نیستی بینمون قصه یکی دوتا که نیست تو رو گرفتن ازمون تو رو گرفتن تو رو گرفتن ازمون سخت تحمل غمت وقت خدا حافظیه ما نمیدونیم به خدا رسم ودا با تو چیه رسم ودا با تو چیه.
So guys, supposedly this is the casket of Khamenei, the criminal supreme dictator of the Islamic regime that who was exterminated by Israel and the United States on February 27. Supposedly his remains are in this casket. Whether that's the case or not, we have no idea. If his remains are in this casket, or whatever's left of him, probably just like, I don't know, a finger and like maybe a few bones or something, I have no idea. But if his remains are actually in that casket, I can only imagine how bad the smell must be, right? Like the guy's literally been in like a freezer or a fridge for the last 6 months. According to their own religion, they're supposed to bury a body with it, after 3 days of it, passing away. And yet it's been 6 months. And as you can see, they're all lamenting and crying, and they're like hitting themselves in the head. And I translated the captions. So basically the guy is singing like, oh, I'm so upset you're gone, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so let's watch this one more time. This beautiful, beautiful scene, right? Guys, this is going to give you, this is basically giving you a sneak peek of the absolute carnival circus that the entire world is going to witness starting tomorrow until July 9th. And I want you guys to keep in mind that the vast majority of these people are not even Iranian. I mean, yes, there are Iranian supporters of the Islamic regime, about 5% of the Iranian population. But the Islamic regime has been importing its supporters from, third world countries like Bangladesh and, Pakistan and Afghanistan, and their supporters in, Syria and, southern Lebanon, Hezbollah, and Iraq, and, Gaza, and, even like from African countries like Nigeria and Uganda. So you're going to see huge crowds, obviously, like that's a given. But the vast majority of the crowd isn't even going to be Iranian. They're going to be like non-Iranian supporters of the Islamic regime that the Islamic regime is importing because they know that they don't have enough supporters within occupied Iran. The only way that the Islamic regime maintains any sort of control is through force and through oppression and through the murder of the Iranian people, right? So let's watch this again now that you guys know what this is. This is a sneak peek. And you know, this is therapy. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. So, you know, this is like the equivalent of watching the funeral ceremony of Hitler, right? Khamenei was the modern day Hitler for us Iranians and for many other people. So this is it's a beautiful thing to see. Thank you, Israel. Thank you, America, for giving us this beautiful gift.
Ya Hussein اصلا نمیشه باورم که دیگه نیستی بینمون قصه یکی دوتا که نیست تو رو گرفتن ازمون تو رو گرفتن تو رو گرفتن ازمون سخت.
I also want to point out the people that are in this room mourning the death of this criminal Muslim Nazi, they're all part of the Islamic regime. So these people are the ones that are responsible for murdering innocent unarmed Iranians, especially back on January 8 and 9, where over 40,000 innocent unarmed Iranians were murdered in 2 days alone. These are the same people responsible for them. So, you know, I'm not saying anything, but you know what I mean, right? This room is basically full of terrorists. The room is full of terrorists. And what do we do with terrorists? Just putting it out there.
وقت خدا حافظیه ما نمیدونیم به خدا رسم ودا با تو چیه رسم ودا با تو چیه.
Okay. Now, this oh my gosh, guys, I just opened up my X account to check something else, and then this just popped up. I don't know, I might have this on my... Okay. Look at this. So, okay, wow. All right. So, this says what a movie this is, okay? So, look at this. This is, okay, so this is Ghalibaf, and this is Arakchi, okay? So this is Ghalibaf, this is Arakchi. Let me pull them up on the Boom Boom Bingo sheet so you guys know who I'm referring to. So remember, Ghalibaf and Arakchi. And if you recall, on yesterday's live stream of Iran Revolution Live, day 180, I shared video footage of this Durka seat warmer, one of the members of parliament, who was basically openly accusing Ghalibaf. Why is this not coming? Who was openly accusing Ghalibaf and Arakchi of like planning a conspiracy to overthrow the current supreme dictator. So that's Ghalibaf and Arakchi, right? But look at this. So apparently, this is Ghalibaf, and I guess apparently he's crying or something. And then I guess this is Arakchi. Is that Arakchi? That looks like Arakchi. I think that is. And that's Arakchi. And I don't know, she's looking at him like, why are you fake crying so hard? Like, just look at this. And someone caught this on camera, and now this video is going viral. Look at this. like someone caught this, and it's just like oh wait, oh my gosh, I forgot to share the tab. Oh my gosh, guys, I've been laughing by myself. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been laughing at this by myself. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I have it here. I have it here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So this is Qalibov. I'm sorry, guys. I fixed it. Totally my bad. Technical difficulty. So, okay, I have it now. So Qalibov is pretty much fake crying, and then Arokchi is looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, everyone knows you're fake crying. Just watch this. It's like the funniest thing. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
متمایز می‌ساخت در روزگار دشوار تکیه‌گاهی مطمئن بود و در روزهای امید مردم را به وحدت، همدلی و پایداری فرا می‌خواند. رهبر شهید باور داشت که عزت ملت‌ها.
Oh my gosh. So, wow. That is wild. That is so, like, you could just look at his face. His face is like, everyone knows you're faking it, right? And look at how he's crying. And then Arokchi's looking at him like, dude, why are you faking? Okay, one more time. Whoever did the edits here is a genius. Whoever did the edits with like the zooming in on Arokchi's face is a genius.
متمایز می‌ساخت در روزگار دشوار تکیه‌گاهی مطمئن بود و در روزهای امید مردم را به وحدت، همدلی و پایداری فرا می‌خواند. رهبر شهید باور داشت که عزت ملت‌ها.
Wow, guys, that was literally the first thing that popped up on my X account. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely hilarious. So, okay, we're probably gonna get a lot more footage like that, but it's yeah, there's a lot going on, but I really wanted to share that one with you. Okay, next we have a quick update from Mojtaba. This is Mojtaba, guys, remember? So Mojtaba is this one. He's the cardboard supreme dictator, the one that hasn't shown his face, or we haven't heard his voice, or anything like that, right? So there's a message apparently from him or his office or whatever, asked whether Ali Khamenei had named someone in his will to lead the funeral prayers. Elahi said no, he didn't. Okay, so actually let me start here. So Mojtaba Khamenei, that's this guy here, this guy, the third supreme dictator. Okay, so Mojtaba Khamenei is unlikely to appear in public at his father Ali Khamenei's funeral because of security concerns. India Today reported Thursday, citing an interview with Hakim Elahi, the supreme leader's representative in India. Elahi was quoted as saying that Mojtaba Khamenei wants to attend the funeral and lead prayers, but security officials have warned it would be too dangerous. I was in Iran last week and I visited some of my friends who met him, and they said he wants to come out, Elahi said. Even he wanted to lead people by salat because we have to pray on the dead body of Khomeini, or I guess it's Khamenei maybe. What? Oh, we have to pray on the dead body of Khomeini? Why? Weird, okay. But the security doesn't allow him to come. They said it's very dangerous and we cannot provide security for him, and I think he will not come out. Guys, it kind of sounds like the supreme dictator is being held hostage by the IRGC. Doesn't it sound that way? Guys, when his dad, you know, the second, I mean the first Khamenei, the second supreme dictator of the Islamic regime, when his, you know, bastard dad was alive, the security forces never dared to tell him what to do or what not to do. He commanded the IRGC security forces. But now it seems that if Mujtaba is alive, he clearly has no authority or control or power. It almost seems like he's being held hostage by the security forces. I mean, assuming that he's alive, right? I mean, we're going off of the assumption that he's alive. He could very, very well be dead, which would also explain a lot of things. But if he is alive, assuming he is alive, the fact that he's not being given permission to come out, that's kind of awkward, isn't it? Kind of awkward. That's not going to go well with the supporters of the Islamic regime, because the supporters of the Islamic regime are saying that if they don't see Mujtaba, then they're going to assume that he's not alive and he's dead. Anyways, let's continue with the story. Asked whether Ali Khamenei had named someone in his will to lead the funeral prayers, Elahi said, no, he didn't mention anyone to lead the prayers. And actually, if the condition was good, the new supreme leader is the one who is going to lead the people for the salat and prayer. Okay, well, the new supreme leader is Mujtaba Khamenei, but he's not allowed to come out. But unfortunately, the condition is not good, he added. They have very, very advanced technology, and they can recognize him and they can follow him where he is, and that's very dangerous for him. So because of that, he will not come out. When the reporter noted that Israel's defense minister had said Mujtaba Khamenei remained on the hit list, Elahi replied, yes, it's very, very difficult. Oh, so of course it's Israel's fault, right? Once again, you know, blame the Jews for everything. So the Islamic regime is basically blaming Israel for them not showing Khamenei, which I guess in a way, it's pretty much proof that the Islamic regime has no power, right? Like, if you're so afraid to bring out your supreme dictator because you can't even guarantee his security, that doesn't make you a very strong regime, right? At least strong militarily when it comes to foreign countries. The only thing the regime is good at is murdering innocent, unarmed Iranian people. That they're very good at. That they're pros. They have no problems with that. But when it comes to other countries, they have zero power. Okay, so that's the one thing I wanted to share from that. And then the next thing that I have for you here is, wow. So this is apparently a message from the current supreme dictator, right? Again, another written message with like his weird signature that doesn't actually match his original signature. And so the message here, let me pull up the translation for you guys. The message here says, I had the honor of visiting his body after his martyrdom. What I saw was a mountain of dignity and steadfastness. No, buddy, I'm pretty sure what you saw was a mountain of rubble and dirt over your dead dad's corpse or whatever was left of it. Not a mountain of dignity and steadfastness. Anyway, there you go. So the Islamic regime is coping very, very hard right now. And oh, here's the English version of Mujtaba's message, actually. Let me pull this up for you guys. So, I had the honor of visiting his body after his martyrdom. What I saw was a mountain of dignity and steadfastness. Yeah, sure, okay. I didn't realize that we are calling rubble, mountains of rubble, apparently now they're called mountains of dignity and steadfastness. So there you go. The cope is very hard. The cope is very hard. Like, they are trying so hard to, you know, save face. But I want to go to this update from Fox News. Now, this came out yesterday, and I think it's really important to share. There may have been some developments after this, but what they're going to talk about in this news clip, this is exactly what I have been telling you guys since the beginning, that whatever deal President Trump wants the Islamic regime to agree to, it's a surrender deal. And the Islamic regime can't agree to it, because if they do, that's basically them surrendering. And when they surrender, then that will make them very weak. They're going to lose all their supporters. And then the Iranian people will rise up and overthrow them. This is why the Islamic regime is just trying to push these negotiations and delay as much as they can, because the way that the Islamic regime has survived is through delay tactics. And they basically delay until either the midterms or, a new president, new administration, and then, delay, and they start from the beginning again. So let's watch this clip.
Harris, thank you. And we will be there tomorrow. Right now, President Trump expressing confidence that a deal with Iran as the regime appears to make a major concession by agreeing to some nuclear inspections. But Tehran's lead negotiator says that will not include sites that were bombed during Operation Epic Fury. I'm John Roberts in Washington. Sandra, good to be with you.
Hey, John, good to be with you. And yes, we will be.
That's wild. So the Islamic regime is like, yeah, sure, you can inspect for nuclear weapons. You can look over there, but you can't look over there. Why is that? Right? Why is it that they don't want inspections on the places that were boomed during the operation? Right? Like, do you see how they're literally admitting, right? Like they're basically like, oh yeah, nothing to see here. You don't need to inspect the places that you bombed. Let's go look at these random places over here, right?
Bombed during Operation Epic Fury. Right. I'm John Robertson. Confidence in a deal with Iran as the regime appears to make a major concession by agreeing to some nuclear inspections. But Tehran's lead negotiator says that will not include sites that were bombed during Operation Epic Fury. I'm John Roberts in Washington. Sandra, good to be with you.
Hey, John, good to be with you. And yes, we will be right where those ladies are towards the end of the week. I have to say, it just looks gorgeous, but it is a sweltering 105 degrees here in New York City. So dress appropriately, John. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. This is America Report. So another key issue from those talks in Qatar, the future of the Strait of Hormuz. The Wall Street Journal is reporting the U.S. and Oman are working together to convince Iran not to charge tolls on that shipping lane.
Retired Brigadier General John Tyker breaks it all down with us in just moments.
But first, our foreign correspondent Jeff Paul is kicking things off live from Tel Aviv for us. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Sandra. Yeah, the latest round of indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran just wrapped up in Doha, Qatar, the latest, at least for now. Officials there saying that positive progress has been made, and they're already talking about when they will host the next round of discussions. That will likely happen, according to Qatari mediators, after the funeral for Iran's former supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Those ceremonies are set to start this weekend, with the burial taking place on July 9th. Now, the latest technical talks reportedly centered around the full reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, as well as the unfreezing of Iranian assets. Iran's foreign minister says Tehran and Washington will work to establish a communication channel to discuss any violations of the MOU. Iran's parliament speaker and lead negotiator admitted the nuclear inspections will happen, saying they'll have access to just 2 sites as of now. Folks who live in Iran responding to the current situation this way.
People's demands must certainly be understood, and our red lines must be respected. And if we see that these red lines are not being respected, in my view, we should not negotiate and must immediately end them.
Look, given the history of past negotiations, I am not optimistic about them. It is a path that our martyred leader always said that if necessary, we will pursue. But we do not have much trust in this path.
Now, back here in Israel, they are marking.
Can I just say, like, the fact, like, look at the people they're interviewing. Like obviously these are not normal Iranians. Like this is not a normal Iranian. These are literally people who support the Islamic regime. Because if you're against the Islamic regime, you can't speak out publicly, right? The only thing that you're allowed to say to Western media is basically like death to America, la 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 la, you know, jihad, all that stuff.
Must certainly be understood, and our red lines must be respected. And
right, so this guy, this Durka, this supporter of the Islamic regime is saying our red lines must be respected. What's the red line? The red line is that the Islamic regime believes that they have the right to build nuclear weapons, and you know this supporter is basically saying this is our red line. This is a non-negotiable thing. They're basically saying the United States must respect the Islamic regime's right to build nuclear weapons. That's basically what they're saying.
Must be respected. And if we see that these red lines are not being respected, in my view, we should not negotiate and must immediately end them.
Look, given the history of past negotiations, I am not optimistic about them. It is a path that our martyred leader always said that if necessary, we will pursue. But we do not have much trust in this path.
Now, back here in Israel, they are marking 1,000 days since Hamas carried out the attacks of October 7th. There was a rally in Tel Aviv at the site formerly known as Hostage Square, and many who attended that rally say they are calling for an independent investigation to figure out how it happened and to make sure it never happens again. Sandra?
Got it. Jeff Paul, live out of Tel Aviv for us. Jeff, thank you. John?
All right, let's bring in retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General John Tucker. It's amazing when you hear these man-on-the-street interviews or woman-on-the-street interviews in Iran, you never hear a dissenting voice.
Kind of a shock, huh?
It really is shocking to me. Everybody sees.
You know what? I'm actually glad that this news commentator is picking up on the fact that you'll never hear a dissenting voice because it's a totalitarian, authoritarian dictatorship, right? So anyone who's speaking is pretty much like a paid actor or a supporter of the Islamic regime. So, you know, good on these people for calling it out for, you know, the fakeness it is.
Seems to be on the same page. I want to ask you, first of all, about the search for the missing crew member from the MH-60 Seahawk that went down, I guess it was probably about 11:30 in the morning yesterday in the Arabian Gulf. 3 of the 4 were picked up very quickly, which would suggest to me that 3 of the 4 were together in the chopper when it went down. 4th, we have no idea.
Yeah, I think the longer this goes on, John, the less likely it is that we'll find that crew member. But it does punctuate an important point, which is that we make the extremely complex in military operations look easy. And when we have a mishap like this, it reminds us that it is not easy. It's extremely complex. And in that case, obviously, things went wrong, and we will find out eventually what happened.
So apparently, in the past, not quite 20 years, some 12 of these MH-60 Seahawks, and we've got about 530, 540 of them in the U.S. Navy, have crashed. I mean, when you consider 12 out of that many helicopters, it's over 20 years, it's a pretty good safety record, but, you know, any crash is troubling.
No, you're right. And there are multiple safety investigations that go on after this to get to the root cause and to try to rectify whatever happened such that it doesn't happen again.
All right, so let's go to the talks in Qatar, which, according to the Qataris and the Pakistanis, are buzzing along just swimmingly. We haven't heard much come out of it, other than the fact that Ghalibaf did say, it was either Ghalibaf or Raichi, I think it was Ghalibaf, said, yes, there are going to be inspections, but those inspections are going to be limited, and we will not give access to inspectors to the sites that were bombed during Operation Midnight Hammer last year. So what are we getting out of this?
No, John, I'm concerned that we're still on step 1, because 3 months ago when we started the original ceasefire, the one precondition was that there'd be a no strings attached opening of the Strait of Hormuz. We haven't seen that. The blockade is now lifted, which means that we've taken some of the pressure off of Iran, and I'm concerned they're continuing to play us and play for time.
All right, so here's what J.D. Vance said yesterday about the pace of the talks. Listen here.
It's already started in an amazing direction. We've got now oil at $68. We've got gas prices starting to come down, but really just ensuring that we continue to make the progress on that. And that's what they're focused on. And then, you know, we're going to, obviously, we're worried about the nuclear issue. We're going to start talking about that.
You know, forgive me for being somewhat skeptical, but this whole thing with the memorandum of understanding in Iran appears to be aimed toward getting the price of oil down, because beyond that, we haven't seen much.
No, John, I think that the world economy has been robust through all of this, but I'm most concerned that when we started this, we wanted to see a decrease in the power projection capability of Iran. We wanted to destroy and destroyed their nuclear program. We wanted to stop their proxy network. And now when we have talking points that focus on the price of oil and gas, that doesn't harken back to the original reason why we started this to begin with.
You know, you could always get mired in a forever war, right, as the United States did with Iran. But the Wall Street Journal posited in an article that you could get mired in forever negotiations to end the war. Here's what...
You know what? This is what people need to realize. The forever war began in 1979 when the Islamic regime took over Iran and started its war with the United States. So you are, whether you like it or not, the Islamic regime has engaged in a forever war with you, with America, with the great Satan since 1979. Okay? Whether you like it or not, they have brought the war to you. And so I find it absolutely insane that there are people out there who are claiming that the United States started this war. No, the Islamic regime started the war 47 years ago. President Trump is now trying to finish it. And so all this talk of, forever wars, either these people have no idea what they're talking about, or they're gaslighting you. They're deliberately gaslighting you because they support the Islamic regime. It's one or the other. Either they're stupid or they support the Islamic regime. Because anyone who looks at the facts can see that the United States has been in a forever war, thanks to Jimmy Carter and the Democrats, by the way, for, installing the Ayatollah back in 1979. Khomeini khabar margesh. But as soon as Khomeini came to power, that's when the forever war with the United States started. I just want to make that very clear.
They said, as the White House leans heavily against resuming the war, it raises the specter of a protracted stalemate during which talks continue indefinitely or tail off. Iran and the U.S. would live with the bare minimum of the interim deal terms, which include a freeze on new U.S. sanctions, the status quo on Iran's damaged nuclear program, and oil sanctions relief for Tehran. I mean, how long ago did the Korean War stop? But it never really officially ended.
John, and my concern is that Iran fully believes that we will not return to military operations. That means that with no blockade and no threat of military actions, that Iran has no incentive to further beyond the status quo, and they're getting $6 billion a month in oil revenue, and they're probably happy with that.
And you consider that right now the country is in a few days of mourning for the death of Ayatollah Khamenei and his funeral coming up next Friday. In a speech today, Mohammad Ghalibaf told Iranians to rise up and demand revenge. So that's kind of where they're at right now.
No, I don't think that they have any incentive, that they certainly are no different than how they started this war and the nature of the regime. And my concern is that that forever negotiation pattern may be the one that we're in.
They're sure talking good game, and they're belligerent. There's no question about that. We'll see if anything gets done. General, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
Appreciate it. Sandra?
Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild to me that, the United States is actually pausing to allow a bunch of Muslim Nazis who chant death to America to proceed, to go with a funeral procession or something. It's just, it's baffling. It is absolutely baffling. Now, speaking of the funeral, let's take a look at some of the people who are currently in occupied Iran attending Khamenei's funeral. We have delegations from Turkey, from Qatar, from Pakistan. Yeah, President Trump's good friend, the Prime Minister of Pakistan or whatever, and that Asif Munir guy or whatever, that great guy, they're all in occupied Iran right now attending the funeral of the supreme dictator Khomeini. Khamenei, whatever. Khabar marg hamashun. Khamenei. So you have Qatar, Turkey, Pakistan. You also have the Barzanis, right? The Kurdish Iraqis, Remember, the Kurds that President Trump is speaking about, the Kurds that, he gave weapons to, and they were supposedly supposed to give them to the Iranian people. Those Kurds, the Iraqi Kurds, the separatist, terrorist communist ones, yeah, they're also at Khamenei's funeral right now. So you have Qatar, Turkey, Pakistan, the Iraqi Kurds. You also have Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is there, right? Didn't the Islamic regime send missiles to Saudi Arabia just recently? So why is Saudi Arabia at the delegation, at this funeral, sending a delegation to this, jihadi funeral? Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting which countries are showing up, right? And these are the countries that are involved in the negotiations, right? These are the countries that are supposedly putting pressure on President Trump to not destroy the Islamic regime. And then all of them turn around and they're all in occupied Iran right now, attending the funeral of the supreme dictator, Khamenei, that President Trump boomed. Not a good look, right? I mean, whose side are these people really on? Let me tell you something. They're not on your side. They're not on the side of America. They're not on the side of freedom. These are all Muslim countries, guys. These are all Muslim countries. And for them, the Muslim Brotherhood is much more important than having an alliance with the infidels. That's you, right? You're the infidel. You're the kafir. You're the non-believer. At the end of the day, the Muslims will always choose themselves over the kafir. That's you. Let's watch this. Look, that isn't it? Wait, wasn't that this right here? Isn't that like the Prime Minister of Pakistan or whatever? This guy and a bunch of people behind him. Yeah, these are like the Pakistanis. Why is the music so weird? Yes. Oh, and look, what is that? That's Arabic. What is that? Does anyone know what that is? What does it say? It's like some Arabic thing. Some Allahu Akbar something over there. Oh, this is his coffin. Oh, I just noticed it. I was like, what's the black dot there? Oh, guys, that's his turban. Oh my God, I just realized. Guys, this is Khamenei's coffin. That's his like stinky turban, and then that's his like terrorist scarf, right? That's like the Palestinian kafir or whatever, right? The terrorist scarf. But look at this, guys. When I tell you that the Islamic regime is not Iranian, when I tell you that Khamenei is not Iranian, Khamenei's from like Najaf or like some, third world hellhole city in Iraq, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is not Persian. This is Arabic, okay? The supreme dictator that's occupying Iran has Arabic on his coffin. We're Iranian. We don't speak Arabic. Not that I have anything against Arabic, but again, this just goes to prove my point. That's like, assuming that, let's say like at the funeral of, a past US president, instead of like, having writing in English, there would be like writing in Russian, for example, right? Or German or French or Spanish or whatever, right? Isn't that weird? You would expect that if there's going to be writing or words, you know, on the coffin of, you know, the head of state of a country, that it would be in the language of that country. This is why I say the Islamic regime is not Iranian. There is literally nothing Iranian about them. They're all foreign Arab invaders. And, you know, this is Arabic. You know what? I'm actually not upset by this. I'm actually glad that it's in Arabic. It would actually be more insulting if there was, you know, something Iranian or Persian written here, right? Because he's not Iranian. These people are anti-Iranian, right? They're anti-Iranian. They've been trying to erase Iranian culture and identity for the last 47 years. So, yeah, but I mean, it just proves my point that these people aren't even Iranian. And that's obviously not his real, like, the turban that he was wearing at the time, right? This is so weird. Ew. I wonder how bad that smells. How bad do you think his turban smells? Oh, look, someone should send this to President Trump. Be like, hey, President Trump, your good friends, the Pakistanis, are at Khamenei's funeral. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what President Trump thinks of this. Oh, and then they all start praying. Wow, there you go. So there's the Pakistanis. And, oh, guys, look. Look at this. Look who's next. Look who we have next. It's the Saudis. Yeah. Saudi Arabia. Even though the Islamic regime literally bombed them, Saudi Arabia is sending a delegation to the funeral of Khamenei. Yeah. Right? How do you think you can actually trust these countries? Do you think that they really are your allies? Would your real allies actually go to the funeral of a brutal, you know, Muslim Nazi terrorist that was exterminated by our government? Think about that. Also, why does the music sound so bad? Like the music, like it's out, like, are they like out of tune or something? The music is terrible. The music is so bad, guys. That music is horrible.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
What is this? What is this, Dirk? Oh, but I was not expecting that.
قد كان لكم آية في فئتين التقتا.
What is that? Wow. And then there's a sign that says, "We must rise." Wow. Oh my gosh. What a circus show. What a circus show. I'm going to have more clips of the funeral procession coming up for you guys. But I want to share this because the infighting and the conspiracy theories are continuing to grow. Okay? So one commentator, Mohammad Hossein Rajabi Davani, on Thursday accused the vice president of the Islamic regime for executive affairs of undermining the principle of supreme leader's rule, telling state TV that the government, parliament, and the Supreme National Security Council have no authority to assert themselves against the leader's view on war and peace. So, guys, follow along in the subtitles here. But yeah, here you go. Like, this is more infighting, right? Like, they're just the infighting continues.
حالا من این رو هم یه اشاره بکنم. متاسفانه معاون اجرایی رئیس جمهور یک سخن عجیب و سخیفی رو مطرح کرده اخیراً و مطرح کرده که اگر بنا باشه که هرچی رهبر میگه عمل بشه، پس سایر نهادها چه موضوعیتی داره دیگه، شعام و نمیدونم چیز اینها چه معنایی پیدا میکنه. این یک مغالطه بزرگه. شما ببینید اگر ما به ولایت اعتقاد داشته باشیم و در نظام ولایی بگیم داریم زندگی میکنیم و مسئولیت پذیرفتیم، اصلا نباید وقتی میدانید نظر صاحب ولایت چیست دیگه در مقابلش انقلت کردن معنا نداره. و از این گذشته چه کسی گفته نه رهبر این ادعا رو دارد که همه چیز باید نظر من باشه؟ چیزی که طبق قانون وظیفه خود رهبره، بحث جنگ با دشمنه، بحث جنگ و صلح طبق قانون اساسی از اختیارات رهبره. حالا رهبر بزرگواری کرده است، شما رو به مشاوره خواسته است، نباید مطلب براتون مشتبه بشه که ماییم خرد جمعی و نمیدونم از این صحبت ها مطرح می شود. این حرف بسیار نامربوطه. رهبر می تواند در مسئله جنگ و صلح خود نظر صاحبش رو اعلام بکنه، هیچ نیازی هم به مشاوره با کسی ندارد. نه دولت می تواند مقابل نظر رهبر طبق قانون تو مسئله جنگ با دشمن اظهار وجود بکنه، نه شعامی نه چیز دیگری. بنابراین متاسفانه ما اینجا هم شاهد هستیم اون باور کامل به ولایت اگر بود یک چنین سخنی گفته نمیشد که اگر بنا باشه هرچی رهبر بگه پس سایر نهادها بی معنا میشه، مجلس چه میشه، شعام چه میشه. این حرف بی مبناست.
Guys, I can't get enough of this funeral footage. Like, it just gets crazier and crazier. Look at this. Like, I'm trying to show you other news, but I can't. Okay. It's strange watching Khamenei's funeral. I agree. This is the regime's first real attempt at an official state funeral with any sense of decorum. Yet it still looks like it was choreographed by a high schooler. I absolutely agree. I mean, even the music sounds terrible, like that band, right? Look at this. Yep. Ew, like, why do they all look so inbred? Ew, like that face. Like, guys, the Dementors are here. They even invited the Dementors. Terrible. Wow. Oh my gosh, like, and then look at this one. So, today in Tehran, leaders of many terrorist organizations gathered for the funeral of Khamenei, Khabar Margesh. Among them are representatives and leaders from Hezbollah, as well as the family of Hassan Nasrallah. Nasrallah, remember, was boomed by Israel in the IDF. Thank you, Israel, for that. There's also a delegation from the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, and the Houthi. Guys, the Houthis showed up. Remember the Houthis? Justin Bieber, remember? The Houthi Justin Bieber one? Like the Houthis are literally the most Durkaiest of the Durkas in all of the like when it comes to the Durka scale, the Houthis are like the biggest Durkas of them all. Remember, these are the Houthis, guys. These are the Houthis. These are the ones who showed up. Wait. These are the Houthis. Look at this. This right here. These are the Houthis, okay? The Houthis, like when you think about the stereotype of like the Durkas, you know, when you're thinking like barefoot, you know, with like, you know, waving guns around going, ah, right? Like that's literally the Houthis. They literally dance barefoot over the flag of Israel, waving guns in the air, while everyone sits around and you know gets high on this drug called khat. Like they're basically always high. So they like this is literally what the Houthis do. If they're not like bombing, if they're not sending bombs, and if they're not engaging in piracy, they're literally getting high and dancing over the flag of Israel, and like this weird like these weird men only parties or whatever. Anyways, here you go. These are the Houthis.
احنا لها وما وكرنا تطوالها احنا لها ومزالها من بعد يخوض مزالها وعدنا من بعد يكون احوالها لا تبل ما لها بعد خلقت بالها كما الذي صار ما يخطر على بالها لا تبل ما لها بعد خلقت بالها كما الذي صار ما يخطر على بالها.
Those literally they're like on the Durka scale they're like a not even a 10 out of 10, they're like a 20 out of 10. Okay, like everyone else is like here, and then the Houthis are like up here when it comes to like the level of Durka and insanity. Anyways, but look at that. The Houthis showed up, right? Where is it? The Houthis showed up to Khamenei's funeral. Anyways, let's watch. Oh my gosh, it's like the awkward music. Ew, شکمشو ببین چه شکم گنده. خاک تو سرش ببین شکمش چجوری افتاده بیرون. Yeah, guys, so see all these like these are all like the demon mullahs, right? Do you see how his stomach is like extended? Like his stomach is extended because these people feast. They literally gorge themselves with food every day, right? And they're so fat that their stomachs stick out like they're pregnant. Meanwhile, Iranian people can't afford to buy a dozen eggs. And these mullahs are so fat, gorging off of the everything. Look at them all. They don't even look human. Like, there's not a single face here that looks Iranian. Like, they don't look like Iranians. They look like inbred ogres. Look.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تهنوا ولا تحزنوا وأنتم الأعلون.
Wait, did you see him crying? Look at him crying. Look at him crying. Like, as soon as they show up, they start crying. It's like the fake tears, right? Ugh, guys. Ugh. You know, last night when we were watching the first half of our documentary on Khomeini Khabar Margish, like I was prepared. I was well prepared. I had my bacon wrapped scallops, you know, and I had my Savak mug. My Savak mug is in here right now, and I was wearing like my Make Iran Great Again hat, right? But I don't know. I don't have any bacon on me right now because I have to like prepare more bacon wrapped scallops for part 2 of tonight's documentary watch party because we're gonna get into Khomeini's funeral and like the absolute circus that it was. But I had like my Durka shields. I don't have my Durka shields right now, so it's like oh right. I don't know, man. But you know what? I have my Bapish mug. I have Bapish man to keep me company to like counter the Durka here. But I'm gonna need like a bacon shield for tonight.
الرحمن الرحيم
Look how he just starts crying.
ولا تهنوا ولا تحزنوا وأنتم الأعلون إن كنتم مؤمنين.
So this is the fake crying, right? This is what you do when you want to like. This is like you're pretending. So basically, this is like the move where it's like I'm not crying, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm holding back my tears so that people will think that I'm actually crying and I'm trying to hold myself back, right? Like that's this move right here. Ew! Did he take off his turban? Put your turban back on. Your ugly, weird head looks just bizarre. Like, ugh. Put it back on. Oh, Sarah catch al nasset. Ew! Look at her. Look at this face. Look at them. Ugh. Like, what is this? Who are these people that are in charge? Like, ugh, ew, send them back to like Azkaban. So guys, send the Dementors back to Azkaban or wherever hell they're from. Guys, imagine the smell. Imagine like how much it smells right now. Ew, you know what? I know exactly what it smells like. It smells like golab and arak. It smells like rose water and sweat. That's literally what rose water, sweat, and like dirty feet. And onion breath. So literally, I can tell you exactly what this smells like right now. It's BO, because Durkas don't believe in hygiene. They don't they literally don't believe in hygiene. They have the worst BO. So it's BO, onion breath, dirty feet, and rose water. Because they spray rose water on everything. And rose water is supposed to be like a delicacy, but for many of us Iranians, like rose water has pretty much been ruined because we just associate rose water with this, right?
فقد مس القوم قرح مثله وتلك الأيام نداولها بين الناس.
I don't actually see a single tear. I see a lot of fake crying, but I don't see a single tear.
وليعلم الله الذين آمنوا ويتخذ منكم شهداء والله لا يحب الظالمين وليمحص الله الذين.
That's enough of this. There's only so much of this I can take. Anyways. Okay, let's look at the end of it. Oh, so the weird band starts up again. Guys, why is the band so out of tune? Wait, how does You know what? It's like a weird Durka jihadi version of the Oscars, where it's like when the music starts playing, that's your cue to like go like off stage or whatever. Guys, you're looking at the faces of the murderers of the Iranian people, okay? Not a single person here is innocent, okay? Every single person here is responsible for the oppression, rape, torture, murder, and execution of Iranian people for the last 47 years. They are all part of the Islamic regime, right? There's not a single innocent person here. These are all Muslim Nazis, right? I want you to remember that. Remember that when you're watching this. This is like the equivalent of, like, let's say if I don't know, the Nazis were having a funeral for Hitler, you know, and then all the top level Nazis go to pay their respect, right? This is the equivalent of that. So no one here is a normal, regular person, okay? Every single one of these people here, including the you know, the dementors, the, you know, the concubines or whatever, their hands are covered in blood. Their hands are covered in the blood of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Iranian people. These are the people who are murdering us and oppressing us and raping us and torturing us and executing us in the name of Allah and Islam and jihad. This is who they are, right? So if I'm making fun of their appearances, I have every right to. I have every right to make fun of their appearances because they're not human. Like, I don't see them as human. They're literally demons on earth. These people are demons. So yeah, I make fun of their appearances because they're all inbred and they're ugly, and they're as ugly on the outside as they are on the inside. Yeah, but these are all the Muslim Nazis. These are all part of the Islamic regime, right? No regular Iranian is going to show up here, and only the top level IRGC people and Islamic regime officials are allowed to attend the state funeral, right? So I just wanted to point that out. Now, what's this one? Is this okay? This is a different one. Okay, wait, is this the one with Goldie? No, this is a different one. Okay, this is a low quality one. Guys, I also have the I have the full version for Goldie and Adolchi, because I know I shared the edited version, like the short edited version with you, but I have the full version of that, and I want to share the full version because it is actually really good. So here, okay, I thought it was longer than that. Okay, no, we just watched that one. Okay. Yeah, so here's the full video. I know I showed you, I started off Iran Revolution Live with like the edited version, but let me share this with you.
مسئولیت‌های خود را به دوش می‌کشید. فروتنی در رفتار، صلابت در تصمیم، شجاعت در میدان و صداقت در گفتار ویژگی‌هایی بود که شخصیت او را برای بسیاری از همراهان و دوستدارانش متمایز می‌ساخت. در روزگار دشوار تکیه‌گاهی مطمئن بود و در روزهای امید مردم را به وحدت، همدلی و پایداری فرا می‌خواند. رهبر شهید باور داشت که عزت ملت‌ها در استقلال، همبستگی و وفاداری به ارزش‌هایشان نهفته است. از همین رو همه توان خود را برای تحقق آنچه حق و وظیفه میدانست به کار گرفت و در این مسیر از هیچ سختی و فداکاری دریغ نکرد.
There you go. And of course, Mujtaba did not show up. Mujtaba did not even show up to his own father's funeral. So here's the full video of that. So these are like all the top level people, right? Why is this one is low quality. I wish I could find a high quality version of this. But anyway, I think that's Pezeshkian. That's like the president. And then, this old ogre, like he's one of the, I don't know, supreme mullahs of, I don't know, some whatever council, right? But these are literally like all the top level people. So Mujtaba Khamenei, the current supreme dictator, but also, the son of the dead one, should have been here, and he's not. So everyone's here except for Mujtaba. Again with the terrible music. Wait, why does this guy have to, okay, why do they need someone to tell them where to go? Like, guys, isn't it obvious that when you get to the end of here, and when you get to the, I don't know, the coffin or whatever, you're supposed to turn around and face the coffin? Like, why do they need a guide? Like, what is the role of this person here? Like, this is literally the most useless, this guy, the most useless job in the world. The guy's like, okay, you have come to the end of the jihadi red carpet. Please turn around, face the coffin so that you can pray. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, what is this? This is not like a ceremonial thing. And if it is, if this is what they think, it's protocol? No, it's not protocol. This is weird. Why would this be protocol? I've attended a lot of funerals and I haven't seen anything like this. It's literally a guy who's like, yeah, it's like the sidewalk ends, right? Look at this. But look at it. It's like, what? Like, do people think that, like, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Durkas are so unintelligent that they need to be told that, when the red carpet ends and they get to the coffin, they're supposed to turn and face the coffin before moving on. Maybe if, like, you didn't tell them, they would just continue walking. Oh, you know what it is? Guys, it's like that scene in The Dictator. Oh, okay. You know what? This makes sense. It's like that scene in The Dictator. You know which one I'm talking about? The one where he goes to the UN? Right? You know which one I'm talking about. The one where he goes to the UN. And then because, where was it? Let me pull it up. Where was it? Okay, I need to find that part. Where is it? Oh, here we go. I think I saw it. There we go. Okay. So maybe, okay, you know what? I understand it. I understand it because we saw this in the movie The Dictator, right? When the Durka, right? He walks to the podium at the UN, but, you know, this is what happened because there was no one there to guide him.
You have rehearsed this speech I prepared for you.
Yes. But when is the general coming?
He's feeling ill.
Does he have worms in his shell?
Very possibly.
Admiral General Al-Adin preparing to address the General Assembly of the United Nations. An historic moment. He's approaching the podium, and he's walked right past the podium.
What is he doing? You're making.
There you go. Right. So the Durka guy, he just literally walked up to the podium, and because there was no one there to guide him, he just walked off stage.
General Assembly of the United Nations. An historic moment. He's approaching the podium, and he's walked right past the podium.
There we go. So, okay. Now it makes sense, guys. It now makes total sense, okay? Now I understand why they need this guy to direct them, right? Because if the guy isn't there to say, okay, sidewalk ends, turn and face the coffin, you know, they won't know. They'll just keep on walking by. Who knows? Oh my gosh, back to the Bismillahs. That's Pezeshkian. Oh, that's Ghalibaf. Okay, so that's Pezeshkian. Oh, that's AJ Khabar Margesh. Oh, AJ, guys, you know who this is? This is AJ. Let me pull up the Boom Boom Bingo sheet. Where's my Boom Boom Bingo sheet? Did I close it? Oh, I must have closed it. Let me pull it up again. Guys, that's AJ. AJ is the executioner. Okay, so that's this guy. So there's Pezeshkian. Pezeshkian's the president. That's Ghalibaf. And then this is AJ, okay? AJ Khabar Margesh. He's the chief justice. He's responsible for signing the death warrants and the execution warrants of countless thousands of Iranians, right? So that's him. That's this guy. AJ is pure, like, they're all evil, but AJ's evilness is a different kind of evil. Like, he literally feeds off of the blood of young Iranians, right? And I shared video footage of him a while back ago where he was holding this like meeting and like with like other like mullahs or whatever, and he was basically saying we need to ramp up the executions. We need to ramp up the executions. We need to speed up the court dates or whatever. We need to speed up the trials and speed up the executions. That's him. That's him. He's literally like the chief executioner of occupied Iran. Evil, horrible, like just demon on earth. Right? That's this guy right here. And then that's Pezeshkian. And then that's Ghalibaf. Ghalibaf, of course, pretending like, you know, he's upset or whatever. Sorry, yeah, I guys, I'm gonna go to the super chats in a little bit, in about 15 minutes, but I just saw this and I want to share. Yeah. So yeah, AJ, yep, AJ is responsible for hanging that wrestler. Among so many other people, right? AJ is responsible for all of their deaths. Yeah, that's him. He's the one that's responsible for all the deaths of the Iranian people. Yeah. He calls himself the Chief Justice. I call him the Chief Executioner. Because that's what he is.
تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أمواتا ولا تحسبن.
There you go. So there's that one as well. Let's see what's this one. Yeah, so this is a close-up. This is a close-up of this one's a little bit better quality. It's from Iran International. Oh, I guess this looks better. Okay. So here you can see AJE, and then that's Pezeshkian, and that's Ghalibaf, right? The terrible music.
ولا تحسبن
Yeah, guys, this is from today. So the state funeral is today, and then tomorrow the actual funeral procession and the carnival, the circus carnival begins. Or if not, sorry, not tomorrow, July 4th. Yeah, tomorrow. Today's Friday. Yeah, so tomorrow it begins. That's him. And this is Ghalibaf, right? The one who President Trump claims is more moderate and reasonable. He's not. Guys, he's not. Spoiler alert, he's not. Okay, there we go. That was it. So there's that. Where was the link for this that I just shared? Sorry. In other news, let's see who else is showing up to the funeral of the supreme dictator. Look, Asian leaders and representatives land in Tehran ahead of Ali Khamenei's funeral. Who do we have? So, the presidents of Asian nations arrived in Tehran on Friday ahead the funeral for Iran's slain supreme dictator Khamenei. The delegations included Turkmenistan President Serdar. Sorry, if anyone from Turkmenistan is watching, I apologize if I mispronunciate. President Serdar Berdimuhamedow. Iraqi President Nizar Amidi. Uzbek Parliament Speaker Nuruddin Ismoilov. Georgia's President Mikhail Kavelashvili, Armenia's Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, and Tajik President Emomali Rahmon. Hey, didn't President Trump just congratulate Armenia on something? Didn't the United States just sign, like, I don't know, some sort of deal or trade agreement or something with Armenia? Yeah. Isn't that wild? All of these so-called, countries and, so-called allies of the United States that are in that area, they're pretty much all showing up for the funeral of Khamenei, right? Do you really think these countries are your allies? All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this now. Wait, let me go back to where I was before. There we go. All right, there we go. So there's that. And then guys, so this is what we were all waiting for. Okay? So guys, we are about to unlock the next level of one of our famous but most elusive characters on the Boom Boom Bingo sheet. Can anyone guess who I am about to reveal? Someone on the Boom Boom Bingo sheet that I've spoken about quite a bit. Okay? So we've spoken about this oh my gosh. Omi, you're so good. Yes, Vahidi. Guys, Vahidi. So, who's Vahidi? Remember, Vahidi is General Skid Mark, right? Because he's got that mark on his forehead. General Skid Mark. We have spoken a lot about him. We've also spoken about how he is behind the central power of the IRGC and how he is secretly controlling everything behind the scenes. Okay? So we've spoken a lot about Vahidi, but we haven't actually seen him since the start of the war. And there have been a lot of rumors about whether or not Vahidi is alive or dead. Well, look at this. There he is, skid mark and all. Do you see that? He doesn't look too good, does he? Oh, that's Vahidi right there. That's his skid mark. He's not looking too good, is he? I wonder what he's been up to these last, 4 or 5 months. So yeah, that's him. That's him on the Boom Boom Bingo sheet. Boom Boom Bingo sheet. And a lot of people were wondering whether or not he would show up. And people were saying if he doesn't show up, then he might very well be dead. But no, there he is. He's alive, or, as much as he can be, I guess. But he's not looking too good, is he? Ooh. He's not looking too good at all. But there you go. There is Vahidi. So there's a little update for our Boom Boom Bingo sheet. So we can now confirm that Vahidi is still alive. Although, I don't know if you can call this alive, but, to whatever degree that he is alive, he is. And, of course, like I mentioned earlier, I already showed you guys. I already showed you guys Hezbollah. So remember all these people that I was going on earlier with like the fat tummy and like the inbred looking faces? This is Hezbollah, right? This is Hezbollah. These are all the terrorists from Hezbollah. So they were all there. I shared that earlier. Now, what is this? Okay, so this is the body. So we're now going straight to Islamic regime footage. This is the body of Khamenei arriving at Imam Khomeini Ghamari Magish prayer ground. So this is the moment where Khamenei's corpse. So this is the moment where Khamenei's corpse came to like the mausoleum of Khomeini. So guys, I know it's confusing. Khomeini Ghamari Magish is the first. He's like the founder of the Islamic regime, and then Khamenei Ghamari Magish is the one that succeeded him. So if you mix up their names, totally understandable. At the end of the day, they're both evil demons, right? So Khamenei, Ghamari Magish, Hamashun, it doesn't matter. But so here's the moment where I guess his coffin came to like the mausoleum of the other one. And then all the jerknuts are like, oh, they're hitting their heads and stuff. Nazi like crab flag. Guys, so for us, this is like the equivalent of the flag of Nazi Germany, right? So just like okay, to better contextualize this so you can understand what it is that we see, imagine if this coffin was draped with the flag of Nazi Germany, right? So like when we see this is the equivalent of Nazi Germany to us. So, whatever reaction that you have when you see, Nazis mourning over a dead Nazi whose coffin is draped in the Nazi flag, right? That reaction that creates in you, that's exactly the reaction for us Iranians when we see this Allahu Akbar jihad crab flag, right? Because this is literally like a modern day Nazi flag. So it's basically like Nazis mourning over like a dead Nazi, right? Guys, I'm surprised that they didn't like tip over the coffin and try to take the corpse out. I'm surprised they didn't tip over the coffin and try to take the corpse out. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's part 2. That's for part 2 of tonight's documentary watch party. But you know what? Let me give you guys. Okay, I know it's time to go to the super chats and questions and comments. We'll get there momentarily, but I really, really want to show this. Like, I want to show you like a sneak preview of the insanity. And when I say that, I'm surprised that they didn't like tip over the coffin and like drag the body out and like, try to take it away. I'm not exaggerating. Here, let me pull up what I'm talking about here. So and let me bring up the appropriate music, okay? Because this needs the proper music, right? Oh, Kitty is asking, did you see the clip going around X right now? The evil eye kind of glanced at Adalchi. Yes, I actually opened up Iran Revolution Live with that clip, but I am more than happy to share it again because it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So here's the edited version. I know there's like a long version, but okay, here's the edited version of that. It is so funny, guys. Look at this.
متمایز می‌ساخت در روزگار دشوار تکیه‌گاهی مطمئن بود و در روزهای امید مردم را به وحدت همدلی و پایداری فرا می‌خواند. رهبر شهید باور داشت که عزت ملت‌ها.
Oh gosh. Oh no, Kitty, no need to apologize. Honestly, this is one of the funniest things I have ever seen. And I have a feeling that like this meme is going to be making like a comeback on Iran Revolution Live pretty much every day. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and whoever made like this edit it's a genius, right? Like he's fake crying, and just the look at Adolfchi's eyes is like, are you for real? It's so good. One more time. And then I'm gonna go to the sneak peek for tonight's documentary watch party.
متمایز می‌ساخت در روزگار دشوار تکیه‌گاهی مطمئن بود و در روزهای امید مردم را به وحدت همدلی و پایداری فرا می‌خواند. رهبر شهید باور داشت.
Adolchi looks over his shoulder like can you believe this guy? Like, can you believe him? Like with his eyes. Like so like, okay. I'm sure a lot of you can see from his expression what he means, but like, like in Iranian culture, we communicate a lot with our eyes. And so like we know exactly like what he's thinking and saying here, right? And then literally like when he like looks over his shoulder, the way he's like looking at the person behind him and he's like, can you believe this guy? Like what is he's literally Adalchi is like, what in the Allahu Akbar Durka jihad is happening right now? That's his expression. He's like, what in the Allahu Akbar jihad is happening right now, right? Look at that. Look at his face. Look at his face. Anyways, okay. Yeah, I'll never get tired of that. But okay. Okay. Let's go to the sneak peek. The sneak peek of Khomeini's funeral. I'm only going to show a little bit because I'm saving most of it for tonight. But yeah. Let me pull up the proper music here. And then we will get going because guys, this is going to be so good. And guys, but I just want to keep in mind, this is the height of Durkhaism. So this is 1989. Okay. This is the height of Durkhaism in occupied Iran. And this is when, they're like, you know, the Muslim pedophile that they worshipped died, so they're all like, you know, whatever. So anyways, let's watch a sneak peek of this, and I have the best audio for this. As you guys know, DJ Goldie is in the house, so let's go. I'm gonna speed it up. Wait. Let me speed it up for you guys. We'll watch it on like regular speed tonight for the documentary watch party. So that's his body there. Look, his body's literally in the crowd. And then they're trying to like find the body, and then they finally find the corpse, and there he is. Look, literally, that's the corpse. That's his head like hanging out, right? Look at him. His head is like literally just hanging. This is where the guards are like trying to find the body because the crowd like took him and he fell out of. He fell out of his coffin, right? Look, there he is. Oh, start a catch on it, message. Look at that. Look, they're like holding people. Ew, look, his legs are like hanging out of the side of the coffin. And then they're all like, guys, stand back, stand back. Look, the people are trying to like grab the coffin. And then these people are like, no, stop dragging on the coffin. We need to bury the body. And then, oh, that guy made out with him. And then this guy like shoots a gun in the crowd. Don't worry, I'm gonna go all of this in detail tonight. This is just like the sneak peek. And then they had to like bring a helicopter down. And then the helicopter literally landed in like a crowd of people. And then they put the body in the helicopter. And then they had to go change the coffin and like make it into like a suitcase or something. Right? Look at this. Like, do you see the absolute insanity? Like, this is 7th century, the 7th century mindset for you guys, right? Like, these people never evolved past the 7th century. They're still stuck. How is it safe? It's not safe. They don't care about human life, right? Like, this isn't, they don't care about any of this stuff. Anyways, so, there you go. So that was a quick sneak peek of tonight's documentary watch party, part two of Khomeini Khabar Margesh funeral. So there you go. It's so good. Okay, wait, I already showed this one. Let me just highlight this so that I have it in my notes here. Okay, what's this one? Oh, so guys, Iranians are also commemorating the funeral of the supreme dictator Ali Khamenei. Yes, guys, these are Iranians in the United Kingdom who are holding a funeral for Khamenei, the mouse. Remember the rat? So as you can see, yeah, the Mush Ali. Remember Mush Ali, Rat Ali? So they're basically holding like this coffin, and it's got a picture of Khamenei, the dead rat, with his little rat turban and his like rat Palestine keffiyeh, and then his like little rat cloak or whatever. So yeah.
آورده خبر را بی گوش و غرق دوری به سر اومد عدو خبر اومد چشم و دل من روشن شد گل به دل گلشن
I love this. Okay, so what the woman says, the woman is like, آهنگ شاد بخونیم. So she says, should we play happy music? And then everyone's like, yeah, like let's play like happy celebratory music. So then the song is basically like, a song about, happiness and joyfulness, and everyone's like singing and dancing and happy, and yeah, so this is how we Iranians are, commemorating the funeral of the Muslim Nazi pedophile dictator. It's so good. Let's watch it again. And the poor police, the UK police, they have no clue what's going on right now. Like this guy is probably looking at like this, like look at him. Look at the cop's expression. He's just looking at like this giant rat with a turban, and he's like, what is happening right now, right? Because the cop probably doesn't know that we call Khamenei Rat Ali, because for the last year, for the last 6 months of his miserable life, he was hiding like a rat in tunnels because he was afraid of being boom boomed, right? So that's why we call him Rat Ali. So this is basically this is our version. This is how we depict Khamenei, right? Mush Ali, Rat Ali. So the UK police is just like, what is that, right? Like, look at him. He's just so confused right now. And then all the Iranians are laughing, and then this poor guy is like, what is going on right now, right? But anyways, okay, let's watch this again now that you know the context. He's like, آهنگ شاد بخونم. Like, should I play a happy song? And everyone's like, yeah.
آورده خبر را بی گوش و غرق دوری به سر اومد عدو خبر اومد چشم و دل من روشن شد گل به دل گلشن.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I love our, honestly, like I love all of our Iranian compatriots. Like, look at this. This just this totally made my day. And as you can see, like, all the Iranians, they have flags of Israel. There's, American flags in there somewhere. Of course, there's the image, the photo of our leader, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, and the lion and sun flag. So there you go. Like, it's just, yeah, it's, oh my gosh, this was good. This totally made my day. Guys, so we're also going to see a lot more of this as well, right? Because I'm going to get to this right at the end. So I'm going to go to your questions and comments for the super chats. And then afterwards, I'm going to finish off with, of course, the most important thing, which is the Global Week of Action. So Let's start off with Texas trucker Jeff. Who brought the Khamenei cutlets to the potluck? I did. I brought. Guys, anytime I'm invited to a potluck, I will take cutlet with me. So I actually make really good cutlets. They're not that hard, right? They're not that hard. It's pretty simple recipe, but whoever brought the Khamenei cutlets, it was me. It was me. If they tasted good. If they didn't taste good, they're not mine. I will deny. The major actual. I'll respect their negotiation points when they demonstrate that they are actually negotiating. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, the Islamic regime, they're not negotiating. They're engaging in taqiyya. It's just delay tactics. That's what they've been doing. And that's what they'll continue to do, right? And that's why no one should respect them in any way, shape, or form. Those people don't even look Iranian. Yeah, that's because they were Hezbollah. Those are the like the Shia inbred Arabs, right? I don't even want to call them Lebanese because they're not like Lebanese. Because the Lebanese people are, there's like Lebanese, I think like Phoenician and Maronite or something. The Lebanese people are beautiful. Those people, like, it's an insult to call them Lebanese. I don't know what like third world country hellhole those people came from, but they don't look human. Like, they weren't Iranian, they were Hezbollah. You can always tell the Durkas. There's like an inbred look to them, right? Like, Lebanese people don't look like that. And then we have Red Dragon videos. It would be a bad play to push Donald J. Trump. Yeah, but that's exactly what the Islamic regime is doing. And they are hoping that they can get away with it. Agent Anderson, welcome. Agent Anderson says, happy to support with membership. Hope things are looking up for the channel now. Thank you so much. Yes, they are. Javid Shah, I'm Yisrael Chai. I'm Iran Chai. Thank you so much. That's such a wonderful message. Thank you. Yeah, I know things are going well, and really appreciate having you here and being part of the community, as with all of you who are here and tuning in every day. William Marsh, our 250th celebration isn't going to be celebrated in many cities of blue states. Instead, they will be waving the blue Somalian flags everywhere. Really? Oh my gosh. That's kind of like, that's treason, isn't it? Like, that's weird. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a problem with mass immigration. I know President Trump is on it, but yeah, that's always been a problem there. William Mongrain, he's there to make sure nobody steals anything. Oh, the chaperone, the guy who was there guiding them from like the end of the red carpet to like the front of the coffin. Yeah, it could be, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. The Islamic regime, they're known for stealing. Remember, someone from the Islamic regime, I can't remember who it was, but they were at like some negotiation or mediation somewhere, and then the guy stole like a pen. He stole like a golden pen or something, right? I can't remember, where was that? I don't know, it was like some country that they went to, and then someone on the Islamic regime negotiation team basically stole like a really expensive pen. It was like some sort of gold pen or something, and he stole it. So yeah. We already saw this, but yes, Farmal said he hung that wrestler. Yeah, AJE, who's this evil AJE, the chief. Oh wait, let me pull it up here. AJE, the chief executioner. Yeah, he's responsible for the hanging of the young wrestler and many other innocent Iranians. Yeah. William, pray for Tusi. Yeah, I heard about Tusi. I hope things are okay. I'm sure they're going to be fine. I'm looking into my networks as well. If there's anything that I can do to help him, I absolutely will. We all love and appreciate and support Tusi and, everything that he's doing. And, we want to make sure that he's okay. So yeah, if anyone who's watching, if you have some sort of contacts within the U.S. administration or the U.S. U.S. State Department, you know, the one that deals with like embassies and stuff. Apparently Tusi sent all the info. He's just waiting for the bureaucrats to act on it. So if anyone has like an inside contact or something, and I was watching Tusi's live stream last night, and he made it very clear, you know, don't send publicly available email addresses because his team can already find those. He's looking for like a direct connection, either like a phone number or a direct email or something. So if you know someone, and you know they have a direct connection to someone who can help him, please, you know, send him an email. His contact info is on his YouTube channel, YouTube page, on his website, everywhere there. So yeah, if anyone can help him out, please do so. And you know, I'm going through my contacts as well, seeing if I know someone who knows someone who knows someone, right? But yeah, there you go. We're all praying for Tusi. Tusi's is great. Okay, so I want to end off. So that was the end of our super chats. So I want to end off with this really important video. Okay, this is going to define the next week. Okay. Oh man, seeing so much. Oh wow. Okay, sorry. Before I go to that, guys, there's just so much funeral footage. This is so funny. Look at this. If you're wondering, why the coffin looks so light, it's because Khamenei's body was vaporized and eviscerated in the U.S.-Israeli strikes. Happy winky face. I mean, that is a good point, right? Look at this. Wait, how do I just open up like the video? I think if I do that. Look at this. So this is the coffin, and it looks super light, right? Oops. Geez, what did I do? Oh man, I just realized that music might be copyrighted. Ugh. So if that music is copyrighted, I'm gonna have to cut out this segment, but I don't want to cut out the segment. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to replay this video without that music, just in case it's copyrighted, right? Because I don't want to be copyright strike, so I'm gonna have to edit that part out. So let me play it one more time, but let me play it. Let me play it with the proper music this time, okay? Okay, let's go back to the beginning here. You know, I just realized we had a missed opportunity. Oh, like guys, listen. We could watch this. We could watch this with the circus music. Oh, guys, I just unlocked You know what? This was a totally missed opportunity. Today's episode of Iran Revolution Live, where we could have literally watched every single one of the funeral videos with the circus music. This is Hezbollah. Guys, now we have, so those were the Saudis. Now we have the concubines. These are all the concubines of the Islamic. All right, so there's that. now we have like the top people of the Islamic regime, right? Here we go. Why does the music fit so well? Oh my god. There's so much more footage coming out. I can't share it all. I want to share it all. I can't. Okay, there's this one too. Guys, I have a new one. I have a new one. Look at this. This is what they're hauling. So wait. They're literally transporting Khamenei's coffin in like a giant freezer. It's like a giant freezer truck, right? I guess it's because the body has been in a freezer for 6 months, right? What a clown show. Yeah, literally, that's the refrigerator truck. They're transporting his body in a refrigerator truck. That's wild. Okay. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to stop it. Stop this. Guys, there's so much more. There's so much more. Guys, this is just the beginning, okay? This is just the beginning. There's going to be so much more of this footage coming out in the next week, okay? But it's absolutely wild. I hadn't seen this one. They're transporting his coffin literally in a refrigerator truck. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Oh my god, this is so funny. This is so funny. Okay, but I do want to share. I want to end off today's episode with this video because this is a reminder of what's happening starting tomorrow. Okay? So, tomorrow is the global call for action. So the Islamic regime, not by coincidence, deliberately chose to start the funeral, mourning, circus carnival freak show for their dead Muslim pedophile leader on July 4th, right? The 250th anniversary of America, right? They chose to start the official funeral procession on July 4th. Basically as a way to, insult the United States. They could have picked any other day, but they chose July 4th. So in response, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince of Iran, the leader of Iran's Lion and Sun National Revolution, His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi, he has issued a global call for action. And so in response to the Islamic regime starting their jihadi freak show on July 4th, we Iranians in the diaspora, we will be going out on July 4th and we will be standing in front of U.S. embassies and consulates around the world, not to protest the United States, but to celebrate to honor the 250th anniversary of the United States, and also to call upon President Trump to finish the job and to not make a deal with the Islamic regime. So I just want to share this with you.
From July 4th to July 9th, as the regime attempts to hijack global attention with the staged funeral and the burial of the remains of the supreme criminal Ali Khamenei, freedom-loving Iranians will take to the streets around the world as part of the Global Week of Action for a Free Iran. The regime chose to choreograph its propaganda to fall on America's Independence Day. Iranians will gather to show the world the true face of the regime.
Arvin Moradi, 14 years old. 14 years old.
And to honor the eternal memory of the fallen heroes of Iran's Lion and Sun Revolution, 6 months after their massacre.
Amir Hossein Sarbaz, 17 sale.
A massacre that murdered over 40,000 over 2 days. A shocking 14 Iranians a minute. The campaign will begin on July 4th with deep respect for America's Independence Day, with gatherings outside U.S. embassies in capitals around the world. These gatherings stand in solidarity with America's ideals of liberty, underscoring that Iranians are pursuing the same freedom first proclaimed on July 4th, 1776. A freedom the regime has tried to extinguish for decades. Inside Iran, our compatriots can also take part, while protecting their safety and keeping their identities hidden by recording videos at the graves of our fallen heroes, writing messages on walls, and using other creative methods to send their voices to the world. Stay tuned. More details will be announced soon.
So that is happening starting tomorrow on July 4th. I see we have one more super chat, so I'm going to get to our last super chat before I close off today's show. Evan Christensen says, have an Iranian friend who say his father say most books in Iran before 1979 was either communist or Islamist. Heard any such? Was this a reason? Yeah, this is because the communists and the Islamists had infiltrated the system, and so they were corrupting the minds of the youth. Yeah, absolutely. There were a lot of books that were promoting communism and Islamism. And this is how they, indoctrinated and corrupted a lot of people, actually. Keep in mind, back in the 1970s, Iran shared a border with the USSR. And the USSR was constantly trying to bring Iran under the Iron Curtain. So the Shah of Iran at the time was not only fighting Islamism, he was also fighting communism. And that's why the Islamists and the communists united, right? That the Shah called it the unholy alliance of the red and the black, red being communism and black being Islamism. The communists and the Islamists united to overthrow the Shah and take over Iran in a Islamic coup d'etat. And then as soon as the Islamic regime took over, they turned around and they actually shot and executed all the the communists, the useful idiots, right? We actually watched that in my documentary last night. So I've been so last night I started a documentary watch party about Khomeini, Khabar Margish, and the documentary actually went into that in a lot of detail. So I would definitely encourage everyone, if you haven't already done so, definitely go and watch my live stream from last night. Here, let me just pull it up for you guys so you know which one I'm talking about here. It is a bit of a long one, So it's about, 3.5 hours. But I mean, you don't have to watch it all at once, but I go through a lot of historical detail, info, and analysis about what actually happened in 1979, and why the 1979 Islamic coup d'etat actually happened. So, definitely check it out. Watch it bit by bit. You don't have to watch it all at once, but very informative. And tonight we're going to be doing part 2. So make sure that you have your notifications turned on, because we are going to be watching part 2 of the documentary tonight, later tonight. And also, I just wanted to mention as well that tomorrow I will not be live streaming at my usual time. Oh, Jeremy says Goldie's documentary watch parties are cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's, what, they're a little bit more chill. They're very less scripted. It's more just like we watch it together and I comment. How many hours? Sorry, someone is asking how many hours from now. So I would say probably about 2.5 hours from now. 2.5 hours from now, your current time. That's gonna give me time to run some errands, make some dinner, do some things, and then I'm gonna start in about 2.5 hours. I'm gonna set up the live stream as soon as I'm done this live stream here. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing later tonight. And as for tomorrow, I definitely will not be live streaming Iran Revolution Live at the normal time, because I'm going to be a little bit busy tomorrow, but I will try my best to do a live stream later in the evening. I'm not quite sure what time. It depends on my schedule and where I am. But if you don't see me live streaming tomorrow, don't worry. Everything is okay. I will be back on Sunday at the usual time, our usual new time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. So just wanted to let you guys know. I will try my best to do a live stream tomorrow if I can, but if I can't, don't be alarmed. It just means that I was in transit and I wasn't able to live stream. But I will be back on Sunday at the usual hour. All right, everyone. I wanted to thank you all for joining us on day 181 of Iran Revolution Live. Guys, this upcoming week is going to be absolutely insane. And I will be here to share all the info, all the news, all the updates, and give you the angle and perspective that you won't get in the mainstream media. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Until next time, I'm Israel Chai. God bless America. Javid Shah and Payande Iran. See you guys soon.
غرق انقلاب است.
کشور ما، تاریخ ما ترسید گر فرا گرفته، گویی اهورا مستا دوباره در نور خود مرا گرفته. اکنون سرودی سر میدهم باز فارغ از رنج و تشویش، ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. هن ای پدر، هن ای پسر، برخیز و با ما شو همگام، تا درد آن تجربه تلخ ما را نکشیده در آب. بگذار هر دم بغرند گرگ‌ها دم لباس میش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ای کارگر روزگر راحت قانون ادامه دارد. در این زمان که پرتو یزدان از هر سو بر تو میبارد، پس پیش به سوی آزادی از بحر خزر تا کیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. خلقا به پا بهر دفاع از استقلال و آزادی، تا بشکنیم پشت ارتجاع تیریزی ویران آبادی. تا زنده سازیم سنت‌های می از بر بالین و کیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش.
با امید روزی که تمام این دلبشور و انقلاب تموم بشه و ما در روشنایی، نور و سعادت مردم کشورمون غرق بشیم.
نه خارجی نه بیگانه، نه مستشارهای ویرانی، نه چیر خاران نه کاسلیسان، فقط هم رزمان ایرانی. تا با شرافت میهنی بسازی بهر فرزندان خویش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. مردان بیایید داخل صف ما، اکنون که آغاز رویاست. دشمنان بدانید ما زنده هستیم، بعد از ما هم ایران پابرجاست. آن روح شیطان ما را فریب داد با صد شعار مردمیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. پرچم ما پرچم ایران غرق خون شهیدان، روی شانه هامان حمل میکنیمش در هر خیابان و میدان. تا ماسک دلغکان را برداری از روی تسبیح و ریش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش.